Okay, so here we are at Windhill Bike Park. It's nice weather. I thought it was going to be really wet and horrible. It had been wet the last couple of days, but then previously it'd been dry for about 4 or 5, so actually the conditions are really good. It's just a bit wet at the bottom. It's the first time I've come back here since putting my forks to 170mm, so I'm quite interested to see that. I brought Pete as well, so we'll do a few laps of the blue, which is quite good for me because it stops me from going on some of the other trails, getting overexcited too quickly and going too fast. So it'll be a good little warm-up lap, practice a few bar turns and things, and then progress as the day goes on. So, Windhill Bike Park, taking Pete here for the first time. It's a bit busier because it's the Easter holidays, but Windhill's such a big place that you can kind of go down and not really see people on the trails that much. How's that so far? Okay. Not a problem, is it? Right, so we just follow it down. The signs are pretty clear.
I just don't know how.
That's why you do a warm-up lap. Wasn't sure what the conditions would be like because it'd been really lovely and dry, and then it rained, and then it was forecast quite a lot of rain, but it seems alright so far. This might be good. I do like this blue trail. Might do it a few times actually. It's a bit of fun. I always get carried away on the red and end up like going too fast and messing it up. So just take it chill. This is the muddy bit. I was expecting to be more like the whole way down. Very pleasant. So we've done 2 runs, full pedals up, then I'm just pushing up to the beginning of the jump part of Emparu to do a bit of filming. Pete maybe do some filming of me from the other angle when I go down, although the sun's just come out, which is going to be right in the place where I actually want to take the shot from, so it might not work very well, but we'll see. It's not like I mind riding down here anyway, so just have to go up again. Let's do a me filming, Pete filming me. Look like they're not going anywhere. It's raining. The race back to the top is on. Ready for our cup of tea, I think. I'm guessing that's where everybody else is. I mean, it's not like this wasn't forecast. It's just annoying.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be picking up in the afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but this is the rain that was forecast at this time.
Right.
It is actually forecast a bit of drizzle this morning, which we didn't have. Whew. So I'm not sure what I'll do this afternoon now, because I had planned to do the techie stuff, get the bits of filming I wanted to do out the way, and then do that. But what was already going to be wet and probably slippy is now going to be very wet and definitely slippy. So I'll probably still go and do it, but I won't quite be flying down it like I thought. But we've got loads of time for PBs, and I've still got my suspension set up to come in May. So when I come back after that, I'm sure it'll be cracking here. I've not done this one for a while. Lots of erosion. The man said there was lots of erosion. So you just go down nice and gently. You can see where the water's cut right down the middle. Sneaky line. Whoop, that was a bad line. That was not so eroded last time. God, this is nasty. So wet. Another thing as well is after that was some erosion. I'm now not sure what the rest of the erosion down here will be like, so I'm hesitant just letting the brakes off in case I come around something where I normally go and it just washes out completely. Never mind though. There's so many other days to come. This March, right back into the start of April, just a bit, and it will be super, super nice, awesome weather, and it'll be super high, and it'll be fine, and I'll have loads of good stuff. That's what I'm going to give out to the universe. said, I haven't ridden this for a while. I can't remember where to go. Ah. Right. Stop to let a bit of air out my tyres. Before tackling this section. I'm just not happy with it in the wet. So I've just come down one of the blacks at Windhill. I forget the name, which is really bad actually, because I'm going to talk about it now. But I thought I'd come down and have a look at it at the wet, knowing how eroded some of the other trails were. And I'm really glad I stopped and looked at lines actually, because I'm going to walk up and show you where I was going to come down, which last time I came down was a bit nervy. Anyway, rideable, got through it all right, wasn't the smoothest, but I want to show you what it actually looks like now. So just making sure no one's coming down, but I don't think anyone's mental enough left here yet at the minute to actually have a look down here or come and ride it. So where I had been riding would be, so through here, up this bit, I was coming off this bit here and then down from that little root bit there into that berm. What I'd come into that bit of rock here though is I'd come down this, and I'm really glad that I didn't follow my usual line, which has come from the top of that little wooden drop there, which is actually rollable, as you can see. But then I'd come into this and roll through. But now, look at that. When you come off that, underneath that root, everything's all eroded away. And look at this. It's like actually holes in it. Yeah, not very friendly at all. So, not the same line as what I would have taken when I did it before. It looks so good at the top, like so much better to come in and hold this line here, but see where you get to there and it looks like you can just roll through, but now we know there's that massive hole there. So people can leave me comments if you like about the best line that you think to actually take down this if you ride Windhill often, because I'm a bit stumped now. So I think instead of hanging left, you're now going to come in to the right, pop off this, because that's not too bad, just sort of nice little easy roll into it, then over this bit of roots, over, because you can roll through all of this quite nicely. Roll still through here, which I always thought was a drop, but that's nothing compared to that monster hole, which is now on the left of me. Come down through, all the way along, come off this bit. And now this is where I get stumped, because if you come off here, although it's not very big, you then get really tight into the berm, and then you've got a really sticky hard corner to get round into the next bit, and then you'd lose all your speed. So I still think you need to somehow be coming down this bit here that I said before. But how do you get from over there to here when everything's all off camber and slippery, so that you come out nicely down this bit and end up round the berm and spat out to go back up to the right over there? Any tips, let me know. Okay, back on the bike now after that little walk up with questions. Still nobody else has come down this trail, so clearly I'm the only one stupid enough to be on it today. That little rooty bit there, well eroded since the last time I come here. I reckon a lot of this erosion probably only just happened. As you can see, where all the water's been running through what was quite pleasant. And then this bit. Another bill. I'm so confused. I wanted to go down Tina Turner because last time I went, I thought that Tina Turner was a Tudor. That's what was really confusing. Because I wanted to go down that and that was going to be me pretty much done. But now I want to go up and do some tech. And I've got to work out which one it is. I suppose I can look at the map when I get to the one at the top. Interesting. And I was in totally the wrong gear for that trail because for the jumpy stuff I worked out I need to be in the hardest or second hardest gear to give me enough speed to pedal into stuff, whereas the techie stuff I need to be at the third or fourth hardest so that I don't go in too quick, but also if things flatten out then I've got something I can do a bit of pedaling for without pushing really hard. So I was in that gear, which meant I had to like panic rush what gear I was going to be in, and then I think I might not have been in the quickest one, which is why I didn't clear those jumps there because I couldn't. Yeah, I went too fast into one, or I felt like I was going too fast, did a bit of braking, and then yeah, cocked the rest up. Got in here Pete coming because he's got really squeaky pedals, so I can tell that he's coming up the hill behind me now without even having to look. Oh no! I've lost my little fluffy thing for my microphone.
You're going to need that as well.
Yeah.
That's what's the wind protector.
Yeah. Well, it's not very strong actually. It's not very, because it's only a tiny thing and it's not clipped on or anything. It just sits around it. You can probably buy.
You probably go on Amazon.
Yeah.
And find you can buy a pack of 5 or something.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I was thinking. I'm surprised it hasn't been ripped off yet. Because it literally is like a little
sock.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Although it's not windy in this particular bit, is it? I could hear your.
Squeak.
I knew you were coming because I could hear your squeaky pedals.
The thing is, when I cycled last weekend with Simon,
yeah,
they only creaked for about the first couple of miles and never creaked again. That bottom there, when I hit the mud.
Yeah, it's squishy now, isn't it?
I slowed down and it actually stopped me.
It's getting. What's worse now is because it's warming up. Yeah. It's starting to dry now, and it's even worse.
It as well.
Yeah. Whereas at least when it was really sloppy, you could push through it.
I mean, just look at it. It's like ugh,
yeah.
On the wheel.
This is what you wanted to be on last time. Hi. now because I thought it was later. For some reason, I didn't remember that you have to go off speed and feed the lions to get to this one. And how in this sense, I don't even know if you can hear anything because my little furry thing on my camera has fallen off. So probably all we can hear on this video is wind. That actually was probably the most I've enjoyed this afternoon. That was very enjoyable compared to the other ones I've done since lunchtime. I could do with coming here more often really, because there's quite a lot, even though there's a lot of jumpy things and it's technically a bike park. Some of those blacks are really quite techy, and I reckon if I spent a bit more time here I'd probably get the right kind of lines, and if I came across something like that in the future in a race I'd have a better understanding of how to tackle it, even in practice, semi-blind. So I might make an effort to come here a little bit more and practice that to see if it would benefit me in the future. There's lots of other techie places I could ride, but that particular black section that I walked up, really I would like to crack that. It's now hailing. So we've had sunshine, warm weather, rain, and now it's hailing. It must be April. Oh, it's always on the hill on the way up. Last climb now though, that's me done for the day. I would like to ride more down, but oh, I don't have the legs for another pedal up.